The Cipher Brief, because national security is everyone's business.
Let's touch base one more time with one of our private sector partners. Booz Allen Hamilton is an exclusive SIG knowledge partner, and joining us to share what's on top of mind for him right now is Brad Medairy. Brad is the Executive Vice President at Booz Allen. Let's see he's joined us, and welcome, Brad. Can you give us a sense of what's top of mind for you as we close out this incredible day of conversations?
Yeah, hey, thanks, thanks, Matt. And I really enjoyed the panel this afternoon. I really appreciated, Deborah kicking it off, talking about, how cybersecurity and risk has evolved, and third party and supply chain has really become the weakest link in cybersecurity. Our industry has been on a journey over the last 10 to 15 years, and we've gotten a lot better. Organizations are building Fusion Center. We're operationalizing threat intelligence. Our security operations teams are hunting and proactively detecting threats. And Kevin hit it right on the nail on the head. Adversaries are moving to new vectors and means, and I really resonate with what he said around embedded evil. Supply chain has gone, with the events of Colonial Pipeline and other highly public, very public events, has really become a top of mind issue. I think it's really important that we really bound and define what we mean by supply chain. The panelists talked about hardware, software, but also vendors. I really appreciated, Kevin's analogy or example that, within his organization, he has 3,000 staff, but 2,800 vendors. And each one of those vendors represent risk to his organization. And I appreciate the panelists talking about, solutions. And someone mentioned that there is no magic wand. I think it's important to note that, we are in a forever war in the cyber domain, and our adversaries are continuously looking for new vectors. They're motivated, and it really comes down to something Kelly said, which is you've got to know your environment. You've got to understand your crown jewels, understand your dependencies. The baseball analogy was great. We're only in inning two. It's been interesting to watch how the industry's responded. Today there's more than a couple of years ago there weren't companies really focused on supply chain. Today there's probably 30 plus tech companies and startups in the space, and I think it's going to take a recognition that I appreciated the conversation around policy and legislation, but I think that we need to avoid looking at this as a compliance problem. This is going to take a continuous assessment. I think Brian hit on it. It's going to take a tight integration between the line of business and the security team. And ultimately, I think organizations are going to look at supply chain security not as a cost, but as a strategic differentiator. And Jennifer hit on that, brand and reputation are going to be tied to supply chain health. So we're early on, we're just starting the fight. I think it's going to be important to really tie together all the progress that we've made around security operations with the emergent initiatives around supply chain. And this is we are in a forever war. It's going to take continuous monitoring, continuous assessment, and I look forward to discussing this next year and seeing the progress we've made. So thank you.
Hey, Brad, thank you so much as well. I think your thoughts on this are super insightful, especially after that fantastic panel. So we appreciate your thoughts and your leadership on the supply chain issue as well.